Today, our judges are visiting 3 shortlisted properties in southwest Wales. They're starting with a Grade 1 listed cottage in Haverfordwest, Pembrokeshire. Barn Street Cottage is home to Claire, her husband Martin, their grandson Milo and their dog Thomas.
When I moved into this house, it was a shell. Broken marley tiles on the floor, no kitchen to speak of, and silverfish in the bathroom sink. I literally had to start from scratch. Every nook and cranny has been overturned, and everything you see has been done by ourselves. I like to think that I surround myself by beautiful things, and that for me is what life is about, expressing creativity. And I hope that's what we've done within these walls.
Barn Street Cottage was built in the 1800s. Upstairs has 2 bedrooms. Downstairs there's a bathroom, 2 reception rooms, a kitchen and a utility room. Prior to the judges' arrival, we asked the owners to place a heart in their favourite spot in the home.
So I'm going to put my heart here because this is somewhere that I love to sit. When I've come up with the various designs for my home, that is the chair that I will sit in for many hours and think about the next stages and the layers that go into the design.
Given only the basic facts about the property and its owners, the judges now get their first chance to have a look at Barn Street Cottage.
Oh, adorable, adorable, adorable. I think sums it up quite well.
Such a lovely row of cottages, and I've been here before for another show, so it will be interesting to see if there have been any changes.
Did you notice walking up there that there's a certain uniformity to each of the cottages? You've got the same colour downpipe, same colour painted windows, so I'm guessing it's in some kind of conservation area?
Well, it's certainly quaint on the outside. I think that theme will continue inside. Should we go and have a look?
How cosy is this?
Oh, it's so cosy. And also, looking around, the style is fairly maximalist. There's nothing nebulous or hazy about it. You can just tell by glancing at any surface here. This is what the owner loves, and the owner has a real confidence in achieving this look.
You know, usually there's a bit of a trend, if you've got a small room, that you would pare it all back, neutral, nothing too in your face. Well, not here. Let's ramp it up. That's quite a wild wallpaper to have on all the walls. Low ceiling brought down even more by a dark green little staircase. It makes it feel cocoon-like, doesn't it? It feels safe in here.
I tell you what, the best part of our job is a variety of homes that we get to see. And this, I think, without doubt, is the most eclectic. You know, because of the size of the property and the proximity to the road, we had no kind of gentle transition between outside and inside. We just almost entered through a velvet curtain into this magical kingdom.
There's a sense of darkness and kind of richness, isn't there, in the colour of the ceiling. And then you have loads of light coming in through that fairly small window at the front. And the 2 things work really well together.
Such an interesting home, isn't it? And what's nice is that you get a sense of who lives here. You know, there's personality, it's full of character.
Well, there is indeed more of this kingdom to explore. Shall we? I think it's through there. Oh, another lovely, cosy room. Isn't it nice?
I can imagine, you know, this a great space to have the girls round for drinks. I could see myself having dinner parties, bit of a boogie on the side. We could dance here, all right?
Yeah, we could.
You can join in, or you can just make the drinks.
Look, there it is, the heart. It's on this lovely kind of woven wicker chair. And from this vista, I'm seeing all of this gorgeous furniture. Love these lights hanging from the ceiling. Look at those shades. Tray adorable. Speaking of tray adorable, I've spotted a rotary phone, which is actually working. Hello, taxi for Mandy and Glenn, please. I've had quite enough of them.
Do you know what? This is a really strange one for me. There's so many things going on here, which is the antithesis of what I normally admire. We've got so many different kind of styles and materials and lighting. But, you know, I'm loving it.
I think I can see through there a little bit of a kitchen. I'm going to put the heart back. Should we head through?
Oh, yes, please. Make us a cup of Glen.
Well, guys, we've just come out of a really dark space into a completely different mood with this bright kitchen.
Two sources of light in here. We've got that little skylight that's just tucked up away there, and this window at the back which looks out into that very cutesy little garden area.
And look at that, floral print with a bit of leopard print. Leopard print is a neutral. It's like black or white, it goes with anything, and frankly, I'm loving that. You know, and a great tip here is to pick up vintage pieces. You know, you can get them relatively cheap, paint them up. These kind of pieces just add something a bit different.
Owen, I've got to say though, right, with your vintage clothes and your moustache and your pink suit, you better not hang around here too much because the homeowners are going to want to employ you as a permanent fixture.
Absolutely.
I think we should explore upstairs and venture on that fabulous carpet. Up to the light.
Oh, what's your quiff?
Oh yes, not much quiff headroom here, darlings.
And welcome to the boudoir.
As I look around here, there's no rest for the eye, and I mean that in the nicest way possible.
My favourite thing about this home is every space is completely different in terms of light and scale. You find yourself ducking and weaving through dark corridors, and then you open up into a taller apex roof. I'm getting kind of Alice in Wonderland vibes.
Another explosion of pattern and colour, and it's really nice the way it's been styled. And rather than go for solid doors, they've put these curtains here. Again, it feels very vintage, and the mirrored furniture in a dark room, it's bouncing light gently around the space.
I've got to say, and this doesn't take away from any of the positive things I have said, personally, I couldn't live like this. There's an explosion, a visual explosion everywhere you look, and I do like to have some areas of calm in my house.
There's a real sense of kind of effervescence and joy in this home, and I love effervescence and joy. But the one thing that I really like about being in these spaces is you can tell that the owner has so much love for this style.
What will the judges score Barn Street Cottage? 1 mark will be held back until they've seen all 3 homes, when their combined scores will be revealed.
What a lovely, cosy cottage. You know, the minute you walk through that door, it feels like this home gives you a big hug. And I love that. You know, I think too many people do their homes to please other people or to keep up with someone else. This is an expression of the people that live here. Why not do whatever you want in your own home? It's not for everybody. It doesn't have to be. I'm giving this home a 9.
I think with a building like this, there are a couple of ways that people tend to do them. You can either go for the traditional, or you can say, do you know what? I have no rules. I'm going to do exactly what I want. And the owner of this home, I'm thrilled to say, has gone for the latter. Yes, it's busy, there's a lot going on, but when you're in here, that never takes over. It's just adding to the coziness. I'm giving this home a 9.
I really love the way they've curated every room. I feel a wonderful kind of rich sense of nostalgia walking through the home. I likened it to Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland, you know, this idea of curious and curiouser, a journey that takes you through the house. I'm thoroughly enjoying the way they've just embraced this idea of a home of curiosities.
Next up is an old farm cottage in St.Dogmaels. Brinlewellin is home to Natasha and her husband Gareth, who moved into the property in 2023 with their 2 cats, Elvis and Coco.
We both work from home, so we're here a lot, so it has to be somewhere that you feel really comfortable, secure. We came from a very small 2-bedroom house and we didn't even have space for a dining table. So we wanted a space where we could entertain people. The downstairs had 4 separate rooms. So we had some walls taken down. We had the RSJ put in that you can see that we painted bright yellow. We wanted like a mid-century kind of vibe, but we also wanted the primary colours, the reds, the yellows, the blues.
We're both over the moon with how it's turned out. We still come down in the morning, have to pinch ourselves at how lucky we are to have it, really.
Dating back to the 1800s, this house has been completely refurbished. Upstairs, there are 3 bedrooms and a bathroom, while downstairs boasts an open-plan kitchen dining room with an office and cosy living room.
I'm going to put the heart on the blue sofa in our kitchen diner. It's my favourite spot in the house, as well as Coco the cats. We really enjoy the view out of the window, and we've got some lovely light here.
But what will the judges think of Brinlewellin?
Well, this is what I would call a picture-perfect, attractive home.
That's such a nice colour for a front door, isn't it?
Now, looking at this home, I am assuming this pebble-dashed popcorn finish is probably inherited by the previous owner, perhaps. But if you do get something like that, just add a splash of colour to it like this. It makes such a difference.
Yes, it's a beautiful, symmetrical, charming, well-balanced Welsh cottage.
And it's really nice that it's slightly elevated, so, you know, the view's down there. Fabulous.
Well, I'd say we're certainly all big fans of the exterior, but what lies within? Should we head inside? Oh, I'm a big fan already. We've only seen one room.
This is so unique. I didn't expect this industrial, urban-looking cottage.
Yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. The first thing I noticed when I came in was the birch ply clad walls, which I'm a massive fan of. I just love the honesty. Look, we've got an exposed steel beam there. We haven't boarded it off. Everything is what it is. Nothing's pretending to be a different material.
Wherever you look, you can just see that so much care and attention has been put into every square centimetre of this space. And actually, you know, if you wanted to achieve this look in another home, you could do something similar with a relatively small budget in mind as well.
And on this beautiful 2-seater Urquhart, we have a heart. And, yeah, I'm loving it too.
And actually, looking at the bay, the light flooding in is just gorgeous. And I think it's kind of accentuated and almost accelerated by the fact that we have the wood here in the recess. What a great way to just bring some life to a window.
Oh, hey, you two, you've got to come over and see this. Talk about dividing a room. Sliding, beautiful action. Oh. And then it folds back.
That's gorgeous, isn't it? But here we are in a completely different area now, and some nods to the original era of this home. Look at that gorgeous lintel atop the fireplace. Just slicing the stonework there through the middle, which has been whitewashed, and just brightens the whole thing up.
You expect a cottage to look a certain way, don't you? But here, they've opened it out. It looks amazing. And you've still got that coziness. So clever, so modern. I'm so invested.
You know, there's a big take-home here for people with small rooms and they're wondering how to decorate it in a very sophisticated manner. This is the lesson.
I want to buy into this lifestyle.
I'm here.
I'm already in it.
I'm here. I just suit it. What a bold cobalt blue. Great choice for half landing.
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it?
I'm a fan of the black stairs as well.
Oh, terrazzo, one of my favourite tiles.
And this room is terrazzo for days, isn't it? Also, we've got this other tile then on this wall with the grey grout. How lovely.
Oh, I am loving the styling, the plants, the stool.
I'm always a big fan when they put the shower tray or underneath the tiles to create a wet room. Just that seamless junction of the glass and the terrazzo looks amazing.
There's no bath in this bathroom. And you know, I really like that because I don't think that many people use their baths these days. Put a lovely shower enclosure like this one in and it suits so many people just perfectly.
Should we go and see if we can check out the bedrooms?
Yes, please. It's lovely, isn't it? Light, bright. It's what you want.
This is a big bedroom, not overly styled.
Look at that vintage piece in the corner. It's just bringing fun and a smile to my face. There's always a temptation when you have an older home and you're renovating it to, of course, rip the old carpets out and then sand the floors back and maybe varnish them. I think what they've done here is great. The floors are black. They've just painted the floorboards, and they are gorgeous floorboards as well, actually.
These walls here are going to hold so many memories, so many families coming through it, and I think every single person who's lived in here, if they could see it now, they'd be very proud of what the homeowner's done.
How will the judges score Brinlewellin?
What a fabulous home. I was immediately invested in the lifestyle as soon as I walked in. That kitchen dining space, the pops of colour, so much character, lovely pieces curated and collected that told a story. Very cool. I'm giving this home a 10.
The exposed concrete, the birch ply, the cables, these traditionally are building materials. It can look quite crude, that approach. But here, they've obviously got an obsession on the detailing, and that is why it is so successful. It's not often you'll hear me say this, but I'm, without a shadow of a doubt, giving this home a 10.
I'm getting so many ideas from this place, you know. Be it the bold use of colour, the lovely continuation of the black floorboards into the rooms, that birch ply cladding. What a great idea. And it just looks sublime, gorgeous. Yes, 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 I want.
The final home in the southwest is the Old Church Hall in the east of Carmarthenshire. This property has had many uses over the years, but is now home to Nicole, her son, and their dog, Skye.
This is, as I understand it, the old school hall, which was also used by the church, and I have been able to put my own stamp on it, which I'm very happy to do. Home means to me a place where me and my family are relaxed. Surrounded by things that we love, things like this vase, for example, was my great-grandmother's. There's a book that my father wrote over there. There's lots of things in the home that remind me of my heritage, so that's important to me as well.
This hall has been completely converted into a residence. Downstairs, there's a kitchen and an open-plan living dining area. Upstairs, there are 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, and a mezzanine.
I'm putting the heart here because everything happens in the kitchen. The sun comes up in the morning here, it goes down in the evening there, and the wild birds are here. We eat here, we have pots of tea and homemade cake, and we have wine, and it's just a very happy, happening place to be, and it's, I guess, where my heart is.
Time for the judges to get their first view of this historic hall turned home.
Oh, nice big wrought iron gate. Listen to that. Wow. I love the shape of this building, you two. I'm guessing perhaps was this an old church hall, maybe a school at one stage?
I'm looking up at the date there, and it says 1861. So, yes, if my maths works out correctly, that's about 160 years old.
A lovely mishmash of patterns and textures on the front of this with the different types of stone. Those cream windows, so pretty and glistening in the sunshine.
From the outside, it looks like a one-storey, but that's one tall one-storey house, isn't it?
Well, there's only one way to find out. Shall we go? Wow, what an unusual space, guys.
Oh, isn't it just?
I love when you walk into these buildings that weren't originally meant to be homes, and people have put their stuff in, put their stamp in, and this is lovely, isn't it? There's a welcoming dining table, a couple of seating areas, nicely styled. It's got a nice feel.
A building of this period I find fascinating structurally. You can see the exposed stone wall, obviously. You can see there a timber lintel, which would have been an old window. But my favourite thing is looking at the timber work up in the rafters. I just find that fascinating from an architectural point of view.
And this floor can tell a story as well, can't it? I don't know if it's original or not, but it's certainly got plenty of character.
And I like the way they've sort of zoned it with these rugs. Well, I can spot a lovely green kitchen there. Shall we have a look?
Oh, yes, please. Put the kettle on, manned.
Oh, this is a nice kitchen, isn't it?
I can see the heart there, and it's pretty clear why. You've got these gorgeous views out to the side and to the back, and it's all full of greenery and landscape. What a gorgeous, happy space this is.
And a fireplace. What a bonus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so cosy. I can just imagine being in here with that door closed, these gorgeous little pendant lights switched on in the wintertime. Glass of red there, beautiful.
You know, it's really interesting. We've got two very different feelings to the spaces. We've come from a very light, bright, south-facing living area, and in here it's much more cosy.
The green colour on the cabinets work wonderfully with a paler version on the walls. And then the William Morris Roman blinds, you know, it's a very traditional look.
I really like the selection of plants in here as well. We have cuttings, we have this wild garlic here on the counter. Over there, those really adorable little cutesy-wootsy vessels with some of the flowers from the garden in them. It's just really pretty.
I really like it. There's a nice feel in this room. Oh, nice little mezzanine.
Yeah, it's lovely up here, isn't it? You appreciate the scale of the roof as well.
Oh, this is a nice space, isn't it? I like being in the bones of the building.
Yeah, and this is quite a flexible space as well, isn't it? Looking down into the living room area. I personally would put my elaborate disco lighting rig up here and my drum kit so I can serenade you both with a paradiddle, which sounds like this. See? Gorgeous.
I'm just glad that I finally know what a paradiddle is. Architecturally, when we first came in, I wasn't a big fan of the space layout with the open plan stairs. However, my mind's been totally changed by just coming up here.
I've spotted a cosy bedroom, so shall we have a little nosy?
Oh, this is a lovely space, isn't it? And we've got a different colour palette in here, although quite similar to what we've seen. We've got this lovely light blue colour, the ceiling is white, and of course, once more, it's accentuating the gorgeous beams.
Such an interesting bedroom, isn't it? You know, we're up in the eaves and they've made the most of that corner there with that useful storage. Mismatched vintage bedside tables with book stacks, which I always love. And then that traditional piece that's been brought back to life with black paint and simply styled.
Would I have gone for the Decor? The matte black aluminium curtain rail and the orange pine floor? Probably not. For me, I would have liked to have made it more contemporary and brought it up to date and possibly been a bit fresher. But there's no getting away from it. This is a really dynamic, beautiful space. I wouldn't complain about having this as a bedroom. We're going down the stairs into the bathroom.
Oh, interesting. Nice little space.
This is cute, isn't it? And I like the way that they've painted the floor white and that shaker style tongue and groove panelling with a little shelf. So nice and such an easy thing to do.
It's interesting, it's quaint, it's a nice little room, isn't it? Almost two sections. We have the steps here with the shower, then into this larger space. Love the freestanding bath, and look at the depth of that windowsill. Once more reminding us of how thick the walls are in this building.
Even though some people are quite reluctant to change the fabric, particularly of an older building, I think a huge roof light in there would really benefit the space. And I'm really happy to see that they've continued the theme of the exposed rafters and the white ceilings, and that works really well paired with this kind of putty coloured timber work and rather quirky, interesting artwork on the shelf there. I just want to lie in the bath and look up at the sky. Just give me daylight.
But what will the judges score the old church hall?
Well, one thing you can tell straight away in this home is that the owner has great taste. It's been decorated immaculately, all the little details from the furniture in that huge gargantuan lounge diner space to the lovely hanging little pendants in the kitchen. Everywhere you look, everything that's been put in has been put there for a reason. There's no denying this is a gorgeous building, and I think for the person who lives here, a really cosy, lovely home as well. I'm giving this home an 8.
One of the standout elements for me about this home was the interconnection between the spaces. I love going up those stairs and looking down from the mezzanine onto this wonderful open-plan dining and seating area. The choice of colour scheme could have been a bit more bolder and done some lighter colours and some darker colours just to zone up the areas differently. I'm giving this home a 7.
I'm always interested to find how people live in former church halls or old school halls. And this was a bit of a surprise. I don't think I expected this layout. Nice living area, you know, 2 places to sit, and then that fabulous dining table. Gorgeous green kitchen. I really like that with a fireplace. I could see that as a really sociable place that I would have friends round. Upstairs, lovely proportioned rooms, and of course that view, which is really rather impressive.
Now that the judges have seen all 3 homes, the final scores can be revealed. First, it was Cobblestoned Cottage in Haverfordwest.
It was a more is more approach. I gave this one a 9. Mandy, you gave this home a 9 as well. How about you, Glenn?
I can safely say that I've never been inside a home like that. It was a real kind of Alice in Wonderland journey through the spaces, and very, very unique. Whilst it wasn't a reflection of my contemporary style, however, I still felt it was an immersive treat. For that reason, I gave Cobblestoned Cottage an 8.
An 8 from Glenn Thomas. So the score for Cobblestoned Cottage, 26. Very good.
Such a special little house.
They'll be happy with that.
Next up, Brinlewellin in St.Dogmaels.
Glenn, from you, this was a 10. Mandy, it was also a 10 from yourself. I adored the owner's taste. You could tell a lot of work had gone into this place. And not just work, thoughtful work. They'd thought of every single space, and wherever you went, you just felt this almost overwhelming feeling of joy. And for that reason, I too give Brinlewellin a 10.
Oh!
Yeah, so we have 30.
Top score for Brinlewellin. Wow.
And finally, the Old Church Hall in Carmarthenshire.
Glenn, you gave this home a 7.
Did.
I gave it an 8. What are your thoughts, Mand?
When you walked inside, it was a bit of a surprise, you know, big, open plan area that was spaced out really nicely. So I gave it an 8.
An 8 from Mandy, so we have a 7, an 8 and an 8. Old Church Hall, it's 23. Well, this means, you two, that we do have a winner from the Southwest region. I think the 3 of us have thoroughly enjoyed these 3 properties, but going through to the final of Wales Home of the Year 2024 is Brinlewellin.
Brinlewellin wins in the Southwest and is one step closer to being Wales Home of the Year.